Welcome everyone to the Movement Freedom Through Fitness event. I'm so excited that everyone made it in today. I really do miss doing live events here in the office, and we will be back to that very soon. For now, there's no hold on getting healthy, and what I've noticed, and the reason why we're doing this event, is because I found so many people have fallen off track with their fitness, with their movement, with what they're doing in their life because of all the changes. Many gyms have closed, sports, activities, things have shut down. Those who used to do yoga aren't able to do that anymore. And it's become more and more difficult to move. I just read something the other day that said the average weight gain over the last few months since the whole shutdown and quarantine is over 16 pounds. And that's crazy. I've even found myself that it's been more and more difficult to stick to a routine, and I had to change what I did previously in my mindset about health and fitness. So today, my biggest hope for you is that we're able to get you re-engaged in an active, fit lifestyle. Start incorporating movement into your daily routine so that way you can live and be healthier. And we're going to help you incorporate lifestyle changes through the 5 essentials of max living to empower you to live a healthier life naturally. So I'm really excited about the stuff we're going to be going through here today. We will be recording this, so everybody who signed up, everybody who registered here will be getting a replay of this, so you can go back and look at it time and time again. And I'll make sure in the next hour we will be addressing everything you need to know to live a fit, healthy, and active lifestyle. So let's get right into it. What is our purpose for doing this event here today? We're at an unprecedented time where people are more sick than ever. People are moving less. People are struggling with more and more lifestyle-related issues, and it doesn't have to be this way. Here at New Life Chiropractic, with Max Living, our purpose is to be the standard for natural health care, to help change the way you view and manage your health for your family, to really live to your God-given health potential. Without medications, without shots and surgeries, without living in pain, not being sick, limited by your health in any way, but really being able to live to your true health potential. So we're going to talk about different ways to be able to do that here today, really so you can get the most out of your care. Some of the things that baffled me even when I was looking at this is how sedentary our lives are, especially in the younger generation. I mean, you probably see it as parents, or if you have grandkids, they're canceling PE, they're getting rid of physical activity. More and more things are done on screens now, on laptops and iPads and cell phones and computers. For this reason, childhood obesity has quadrupled in the last 40 years. Adolescent obesity has tripled during that same amount of time. I read a study that the average high school student spends somewhere between 6 and 10 hours a day on some type of a device, whether that's a cell phone, computer, iPad, the things we just mentioned, and that adults are now more inactive than ever, which increases your risk for many lifestyle-related diseases like heart disease, stroke, depression, type 2 diabetes, many types of cancer, and can even lead to an early death, which I know none of us want, right? We don't want to talk about bad news here. But we do want to talk about the reality of a sedentary life and how dangerous it is to your health to not move on a regular basis. Adults now, especially recently, working from home, their ergonomic setup isn't as good. Many times they're working from a laptop, even a cell phone. The average adult spends at least 6.5 hours sitting per day. And this, I got to tell you, folks, is toxic to your body. Sitting is the new smoking. Not only does it put massive physical stress on your spine, 2 to 3 times the normal stress on your discs, it's also degenerating your spine. It's decreasing the oxygen and blood flow to your cells and tissues. It's changing your hormones in a negative way. It's releasing stress into your body. It's decreasing the frequency of firing of your muscles, of your brain. It basically has a negative effect on every area of your physiological function in your body. So the worst thing you can do is sit all day. Even if you take 20 minutes out to exercise or an hour, but you spent 12 hours sitting today, you're still really missing that. That's the purpose of movement. How do we incorporate movement in your daily life? So what's the problem? There's all these limiting beliefs or barriers that we set up for ourselves. I don't know where to start. I'm not an active person. I don't have the time. I don't feel like it. It's too difficult. It's too expensive. And the list can go on and on. Everyone has their own different reason why they're not exercising and moving more. Maybe no one just told you it's important. Maybe you haven't taken the time to create a healthy routine. One resource I recommend for everybody here today and those who are watching the recording is Atomic Habits. We've been reading this book as a team, and I've read this before in the past. It talks all about forming good habits and also how to avoid distractions and bad habits. And some of the things that they talk about is make these healthy habits easy. So you want to make exercise, movement, fitness, activity as easy as possible. You don't want to set up a bunch of barriers that makes it difficult. Also, you want to make it fun and enjoyable. So when you go through and look at it, you want things to be easy. You don't want it to be difficult. You want to make exercise an easy part of it. And what it talks about is how to start simple. If you want to start exercising and you were just to do a 1-minute walk today, you're already moving in a positive direction. You don't want to go from 0 to 100. It's not like I don't exercise at all right now and I'm going to work out 2 hours a day. That's just not sustainable. That doesn't work. What we do want to be able to do, though, is create these habit routines. So today, we want to encourage you to start an active routine, whether that's going for a 1-minute walk, doing some personal care home exercises for 1 minute, standing up from your desk every 15 minutes and doing a quick stretch. Simple things that create that active lifestyle. And then it becomes obvious. It's apparent in your current life. So it's time to get rid of the excuses. It's time to stop limiting yourself. You are capable of whatever you decide. There is no reason why you can't start moving today. No matter where you are, what level of health and fitness you are, there's something you can do. Let's stop the excuses and let's start creating healthy habits now. So the first place we want to look is lifestyle. Is your health a priority for you right now? Do you value your health? Is your health something that comes last and you only want to pay attention to when you're in pain or when you're sick or when things aren't working well? A reactive type of mentality? Or is your health your most valuable asset, where you put the most time and money and resources towards improving? Is your goal for health just to make it through the day, just to manage your symptoms or disease with more medications and doctor visits? Or do you really want to move towards your optimum health potential, where your body's functioning at its absolute best? How amazing would it be to live a life free of pain, free of limitation, free of medication, free of disease? This is possible. Your body is amazing. Your body wants to be healthy. It's designed to heal itself naturally from the inside out. Everything you need to be at your best health is already available for you. It just may need a little bit of help. So when it comes to getting and staying well, it really is up to you. You are in complete control. And as soon as you take ownership of that, you'll start to see things change. Now, sometimes this can be a bit difficult, because that means you also have to take ownership of where you are if your health is not good. If you're currently not at the ideal weight you want to be, if you're currently not eating the nutrition you want to be, if you're currently not exercising, struggling with some type of health issue, on multiple medications, it's likely the life you've lived up to this point that got you there. And everybody's been there. I had my own health struggles before I learned the principles of chiropractic and natural health. I still have health struggles from time to time because we're all susceptible to stress. Everyone has injuries. I live an active lifestyle. And even when you're living healthy, like we're going to talk about today, it doesn't make you immune. Stuff happens. We have injuries. We have accidents. Sometimes things outside of our control can happen that affect our current lifestyle and our health capacity. But no matter what level you're at, there's always something you can do to improve your situation. And there are resources available. What we do in our office is we act as a guide. We facilitate health and healing. We have natural resources. We offer a certain type of care to help the body function better and adapt to stress in a more improved manner. But it's ultimately you, the patient, the person. It's your body that does the healing. It's you that make the change. You are the hero of your own story. And if you're not happy where you are, you feel like you could be even better, today can be the pivot point for you to live a better life. That's what the 5 essentials of max living is all about. And we're going to go through each of the essentials here today as part of an active, healthy lifestyle. And this is something that you're always working on. Each of these essentials are for a lifetime if you truly are dedicated to working towards your optimum health potential. It starts with chiropractic as the foundation. You build upon that with healthy nutrition to feed the cells, tissues, organs of your body. You create an empowering mindset where you're minimizing stress, where you have a plan, where you're committed and consistent, and you create healthy habits. You move on a regular basis with exercise, with mobility, with recovery, with self-care, and you minimize the chemical stresses from toxicity in food, in water, in personal care and cleaning products, in things like medications and medical technologies, vaccines, chemical stresses and toxins that go in and damage your health, interfere with normal function in your body. We want to make sure we're avoiding all of these things. And with this 5 essentials, max living healthy lifestyle, anything is possible when you're health. For many of you that are patients, you know how much this affects you. The more you engage in it, the more you get out of it. I know for myself personally, my goal is to always be improving in each area of the 5 essentials. And anytime I'm having to struggle with my health in any way, it's not about how do I treat the symptom, how do I feel better? It's which areas of the 5 essentials am I lacking that I can improve to help my body better adapt to the stresses in my life, and how to help my body heal itself naturally. Because that's the true way to living a healthy wellness lifestyle, helping your body heal itself naturally on a preventative, proactive basis. If you had the choice, would you just want to feel better now, or would you want to function better for the rest of your life? Only you can answer that. If the answer is, I want to function better for the rest of my life, you get the added bonus of feeling at your best, of breathing better, having more energy, better digestion, better sleep, stronger immune system. Those of us who are focused on natural health and healing are not afraid of getting sick. I don't fear some virus coming to get me in the night. I don't fear germs because I understand how the body works. I understand that we have an amazing immune system that's specifically designed to fight off infection and disease. I understand the things that we can do to improve the function of my immune system to make sure that even if I'm exposed to something, my body has the appropriate defenses to fight that off. If for some reason it is overwhelmed because I'm at a higher level of stress and my body is having difficulty adapting, that whatever I get is going to be minor. And I know how to help my body overcome and adapt. The biggest thing I've seen through this whole pandemic is that nobody's talking about how to be healthier. We're talking about how to avoid people. We're shutting down gyms. We're shutting down healthy businesses, massage, healthy practitioners. We're forcing people to wear a mask that really has never scientifically been proven to prevent illness or infection, and actually can create lack of oxygen to your body, the exact opposite of what we're trying to do with exercise. People are being told that they need to exercise with the mask on, which is extremely dangerous to their health. So let's not talk about ways to avoid sickness and disease. Let's talk about ways to help your body naturally fight off infection and disease so you can be at your highest health potential possible. If we were in a live event right now, I would say, who's excited about that opportunity? And everyone would be raising their hand. I hope all of you have this resource, the Align Your Health book. This book helps guide you through the process of implementing the 5 essentials we just talked about into your lifestyle. It goes through how to get the most out of your chiropractic care and the stresses that affect your spine and your nervous system. It goes through healthy nutrition, what to eat, what not to eat, how to shop, recipes. It goes through how to create an empowering mindset, ways to reduce mental and emotional stress. It goes through how to get healthy fitness and how movement works. It goes through how to avoid toxins. It has a complete appendix section, which actually walks you through all the action steps. It has 100 pages of recipes that outline exactly what you want to do. It makes it crazy simple. If you have this book and it's still sitting on a shelf, this is your homework for the next month. Go through and read it. If you haven't read it in a year or two, it's time to go back and read it again. I still use it as a reference, and I've been doing this for the last 10 years. If you don't have this book, pick it up in the office next time you're here. And if you're not able to do that, you can order it on our website at the online store. Just go to maxlivingrockland.com, and we have all those resources available online. Can get shipped directly to your house. So let's start with essential number 1, core chiropractic. Now, why do we start with this? The reason why is because your spine is the foundation of movement and function in your body. The spine also has the unique ability to regulate the communication of the brain to the body through the nervous system. That is why chiropractic is the foundation of movement, function, and healthy living. Your brain and your nervous system is what regulates and controls all movement, function, and healing in your body. Only with the proper alignment of your spine, healthy function and movement, is your nervous system allowed to fully communicate this health and healing to your body. And is your body able to effectively adapt to the stresses in your life? Which is why I personally still get checked and adjusted at least once a week, sometimes more, never less. My entire family is under chiropractic care, and I will continue to get chiropractic care for my entire life as a natural foundation of healthy living. And I hope you guys are doing the same thing, because this is really where we see the miracles happen, allowing the body to heal itself free of interference. How does this work physiologically? Well, we know many things now about the brain, the nervous system, and the relationship with the spine. One important factor is that 90% of the nutrition that gets to your brain is based upon the movement of your spine. So if your spine's not moving, your brain is degenerating. And it's now been directly linked to dementia, Alzheimer's, and other neurodegenerative disorders. Think about people later in their life that have the most brain issues. What does their posture look like? How healthy is their spine? How much are they moving? Many times, not so well. There's certainly other factors, such as toxic exposure and unhealthy stress, but the movement of the spine is the foundation for the health of the brain. You also have something called cerebral spinal fluid. This is what detoxes your brain and cleanses the spinal cord. This is based upon also the movement of your spine, specifically from the pelvis, sacrum, and the base of your skull. So if your spine's in the wrong alignment and it's not moving, your brain is not able to detox and cleanse. And it puts your body in a state of stress. Stress releases negative hormones and chemicals into your body. And it actually affects the function of your brain and how it perceives the environment. And over time, this can even change mood, thoughts, behaviors, and attitude, because the movement of your spine specifically affects what's called the prefrontal cortex, which is the neocortex and has the biggest effect on decision-making, emotions. It affects your limbic system. It affects communication, higher level learning. So many things are affected by this. This is why people can get adjusted and all of a sudden they're not anxious and depressed. All of a sudden, they're not tired all the time. They're having more energy. They have more clarity. I just had a patient tell me recently that since she's been getting adjusted, the brain fog has just lifted. She'd felt like she was just in a fog and a cloud for years. And since she's been getting adjusted, she's so clear now. We have kids come in with ADHD, hyperactive disorders that start getting adjusted, and that totally goes away. I see people throw away medications who are taking it for anxiety, depression, sleep disorders, lack of energy. They start getting adjusted. It improves the function of their brain, and things start to change. It's so amazing what is possible with the right type of care when you take care of the movement of your spine and improve the health and function of your brain. The spine is also essential with exercise. I know personally, I've injured my spine before due to improper lifting, due to sports traumas and injuries. And when you're in pain, it becomes very difficult to exercise. The spine also controls how your brain perceives the environment through something called proprioception. Proprioception is your joint position sense. I know some of these things seem a little bit scientific, but I want to make it really easy for you. Every joint in your body sends a message to your brain to tell you what's going on in the environment. So when you're running or exercising, the different joints tell your brain how much load is on your body, which muscles need to activate, which muscles need to calm down. What are the inhibitory muscles, or what we call the protagonist muscles, which actually keep your body in balance? There's all these things that are happening every time you're moving, especially when you're exercising. And the harder you're exercising, the more that load is, the more complex the movement is, the more vital it is to make sure that your spine, your nervous system is functioning correctly. The biggest reason people get injured is because the muscles fatigue more quickly and they react more slowly. That's because of an interference and lack of communication from the brain to the body. The spine is the foundation of this. That's why athletes very commonly receive chiropractic care. That's why there's been multiple research studies that shows something as simple as one adjustment can increase the physical output as much as 3 times. And that one adjustment can have the physical equivalent to muscle strength of 3 weeks of physical activity. Why we can see a tight muscle immediately turn off, and why we can see a turned off muscle immediately turn back on with one single adjustment to the proper area of the spine. Why we see people consistently getting injured less often when under regular care, recovering faster from injury and workouts and training, seeing performance go up. I personally have worked with professional athletes, collegiate athletes, Olympic level athletes, and seeing amazing results when they're under corrective chiropractic care like we do here in the office. And there's so many other stories that go along with this as well. And then there's those who are so injured and in so much pain, they can't even exercise. Even the thought of going and doing a walk is so much for them that they don't even do it. And once they get under care, the inflammation, the pain goes down, and it's easier for them to move. We have different mobility exercises here in the office. And I'm going to actually go through and demonstrate a few of these here, so that way you guys can see some of the stuff we're talking about. So here's some of the things that we have here in the office that we use on a regular basis. So right behind me, we have balance pads. Looks just like this. This is a foam pad. You stand on this foam pad, and it actually helps create balance and coordination with your body. We do this many times with different kinds of postural weights to help with spinal molding. You can also do this just to improve your balance. You can do exercise on this. These are simple. I got this from Amazon. It's just a little 3-inch pad that you can do. And all you do is you set it down, you stand on it, and it creates an unstable surface. Now you can take this to a higher level, and you could use something like this. This is a balance disc. You may see people standing on this in the office when they're doing certain types of exercises. This balance disc you can also stand on to help improve balance and coordination, to help improve that proprioception that we talked about in your joint position sense, also to help with balance and coordination. And again, all you do on this is you just stand on it. This one's a little more unstable, takes a little more work. You can do exercises on it like squats. We also have here a wobble disc. So a wobble disc is specifically designed to improve movement of the spine. So you can sit on your wobble disc here and do different directions, side to side, forward and back, rotation. We can go side to side. You can do exercises on here. You can sit on this on your computer at home. This allows for movement of the spine. This hydrates your discs. This increases that cerebral spinal fluid that we are talking about and actually helps cleanse out the brain. This is why we give this as part of home care with anybody who's under corrective care here in our office. This is also why we do this mobility prior to an adjustment to help get the most out of every visit. Now we also have exercise balls like this, right? You can do different types of exercise. You can also sit on this and do different mobility exercises, right? We can do exercises on here as well. You can do core training on here. You can also sit on this throughout part of your day when you're taking a break from your workstation. It's good to not do anything longer than 15 to 20 minutes. So maybe at your workstation, you have a chair that you sit on a stability ball for a little while. Maybe you incorporate the balance disc for a little bit, maybe a stand for a little bit if you have a sit to stand desk, right? So in 1 hour, you can be in 4 different positions. That's much better than just sitting there for 1 hour and noticing a bunch of issues from that. So these are just a couple of the resources and tools we have in here for mobility. We also have traction. So I just put one of these on the wall here for cervical traction. Right, this is here on the wall. Many of you have these at home there as well. This is specific tractioning for the neck. So that way we can actually decompress the brainstem and the spinal cord, helps with mobility of the neck and the upper back. So we're back. These are just some of the spinal mobility stuff that we focus on to really help with that. We also want to look at recovery. So in recovery, chiropractic care is a huge part of that because of how much it changes the way the brain and the body adapt. There's foam rolling. I'm going to go through this with you in a second as well. You can do massage or trigger point therapy. Many times you can do this as part of self-care. We have whole body vibration. I'm going to show you this as well. Whole body vibration actually helps increase the healing potential of your body, strengthen your skeletal system, improve growth hormone and other healthy hormones in your body. Compression gear actually allows for greater oxygen and blood flow to your tissues and allows for tissue healing. There's things like cryotherapy, which would be something as similar as ice, and there's different cryotherapy areas that you can use. This is really good after an acute injury and to have recovery right after you do some type of physical exercise. There's things like the inversion table, which is also really good for decompressing the spine. Anybody who has any degeneration of the spine, chronic sitting or poor posture stress on the spine, an inversion table can really help. Just 1 or 2 minutes twice a day in the morning and afternoon makes a huge difference for these areas. There's things like cold laser, which is a health modality. I use an infrared sauna at home on a regular basis to help reduce inflammation, promote tissue healing, detox my cells and tissues, and increase the function of my skin. You can get these and have them at home. Eating an anti-inflammatory diet makes a big difference. Supplementation with things like fish oils and essential fatty acid, Inflammatics, which is a natural anti-inflammatory herbal support, things like amino acids, certain types of proteins. These are all things that really help your body adapt to what it is that's going on. So I want to show you just a couple of these resources, why we're here and we have these things available in the office. So I'm going to share my video here one more time. So these here behind me, these are our whole body vibration platforms. So we have a couple of these that we set on here. And this one specifically, we can set to different frequencies and modalities. You can see on here. We turn this on and it starts to vibrate. This is a resource you can get at home. Right? We also have things like foam rolls. Many people are familiar with foam rolls. Looks something just like this. You can order this also on Amazon or online. Right? You can do different types of rolling. This is great for tissue fibrosis, for just overall health of your joints and tissues. Really roll it through all your tight spots. Roll it through your spine. Roll it through your legs and arms. This is a great way of self-care. I know a lot of trainers incorporate this and something I do on a regular basis. This is part of that recovery because self-care and recovery really is important. We want to make sure that's a part of our regular lifestyle. So getting back to the next area, what kind of nutrition do we really want to get into. Now, this isn't a nutrition workshop, but I do want to make sure we touch bases on at least a couple of things here. The biggest thing with nutrition and exercise is to stay hydrated. I'm seeing a lot of people dehydrated right now. You should be drinking close to a gallon of water a day. And if you know you're going to be exercising, you want to start drinking water and hydrating up to an hour and drink at least 15 to 20 ounces every 20 minutes or so while you're working out. The biggest thing with nutrition is don't sabotage the hard work you put into workouts. I mean, last thing you want to do is work out super hard, then go home and eat McDonald's. Now, if you have that Align book, it goes through and talks about the core plan. It goes through and talks about the advanced plan. It talks about the healthy carbs you want to eat and the ones you want to avoid. It talks about how to incorporate more fat into your diet, the good ones and the bad ones you want to avoid. It talks about proteins, how much protein you need, which proteins are best, which ones you want to avoid, which ones are most toxic. It talks about how to get more organic and natural foods, foods that aren't processed, avoiding genetically modified foods, GMOs, avoiding highly toxic and herbicide-laden foods, avoiding any type of artificial sweeteners, artificial colorings, toxic foods, right? All those things are negatively affecting your health, creating inflammation, creating injury, creating toxicity in your body. Let's feed your body what it needs. Healthy, nutritious food, food from the earth, food created by God, food that's more natural, animals that aren't raised in an unhealthy environment, that aren't given a bunch of medications and shots and growth hormone and vaccines in a stressful environment, right? Foods that were grown naturally in the ground in healthy ways, vibrant vegetables, colorful fruits, all the things that were given here that already have all the nutrition that you need. That's the biggest thing about nutrition. Feed your body what it needs and you will see the results. We also want to start working towards a healthy mindset to exercise. If your mindset is, I hate working out, I'm not an active person, I'm in too much pain, I don't have the time, all the stuff we talked about earlier, what do you think your success rate's going to be? Probably not that great, unfortunately, and we want people to be successful. So when it comes to a healthy mindset towards exercise, now is the time to change your identity. And you can decide today that your new empowering identity is, I am a healthy and fit person. No matter where you think you are, I am a healthy and fit person. Because when you own that identity, you'll start taking action towards that identity. If your identity is, I'm not a person who exercises, or I'm in too much pain to exercise, or I don't have the time to exercise, or I don't like exercising, or exercise is painful, what do you think your success rate is? Super low. So let's create a healthy mindset towards exercise, which is actually a de-stressor for your body. We know physiologically, exercise boosts mood. Exercise increases healthy hormones like serotonin and dopamine. Tons of research articles show that exercise is more powerful for reducing anxiety and depression than any medication that's ever been invented. Just go out and exercise. We know that when you exercise more, you're going to sleep better. We know that exercise increases things like growth hormone, testosterone. We know that healthy exercise makes a significant difference in your overall physiology. So if you just moved more, it's very likely that you would actually be healthier and would have less issues. So let's let exercise, fitness, and movement be your new routine. Next thing, we want to move into the essential elements of fitness. So there's 5 different elements of fitness I want to talk about here today. And then we're going to go into some different ways how you can start incorporating exercise. Number 1 is strength. Strength is when you're putting a high amount of load on your body with less repetitions. Strength definitely is important. We all need strength. but we also want to have a balance. If you're all strength and no mobility, no endurance, no power, you're going to be left out of balance. So the key is to incorporate all 5 of the areas we're going to be talking about. So you should have some level of strength training in your routine at least 1 day a week. Now, some of us have different health goals, different fitness goals. Some people are doing more strength and less endurance, or more power and less mobility. It's different for everybody. The next is going to be power. Power is your ability to move a large amount of weight in a short period of time, like a burst power. This is if you were trying to lift a car off somebody or do a major lift in one time, throw something. That's power. Speed. Speed is your ability to move quickly and fast. Mobility. This is being able to have a full range of motion. And then balance is keeping all these things together. So strength. When you think of strength, you think of the bodybuilder, but that's not necessarily it. You want to have strength because you want to have the ability to do physical tasks on a regular basis, which means you have to challenge your body. That doesn't have to be just weightlifting. That can be physical activities that are strenuous. That can be short duration, high intensity type movements. And we're going to have a special guest in a little bit to talk more about some of these different areas of strength. Power. Power is really important. I find a lot of people are missing power. This is your ability to jump high. This is your ability to throw something. This is your ability to move a lot of weight really quickly. So you want to have some component of power into your regular routine. I know personally I try to have like a strength day. I try to have a power day that I work on. I work on speed. So your ability to move quickly is also important. And each one of these physical elements requires a different neurological capacity. The neurological component of strength is different than power. The neurological component of speed is different than strength. The next is mobility. So incorporating things like yoga, recovery, high-level mobility is super important, because if you're strong and not mobile, you're going to get hurt. Right? If you're mobile but you have no strength, you're going to get hurt. If you want to have balance in your body, it's important to incorporate all these things. So having a stretching routine, working on mobility like we had just talked about with wobble disc, movement of the spine, yoga, these different types of activities maintain mobility, and you want to have balance and coordination. This is why we incorporate the balance foam, the vibration platform, the balance disc. You can work out on one foot. You can work out with dumbbells or things that create an unstable environment. This becomes more and more important as you add load to your body and as you age, to prevent falls, to improve coordination. And when your body's in balance, again, you perform better and you get hurt less often. So you want to incorporate all 5 components in different levels of exercises. There's high impact exercise, which would be things like running, weightlifting, powerlifting, high intensity sports. And then there's low impact exercises, which would be things like riding a bike, swimming, doing activities that doesn't put a significant stress on your body, using the elliptical at the gym, doing something like yoga is a low impact exercise, walking is a lower impact exercise. And again, you want to incorporate both. You want to have a balance in your life. So here's some simple things that you can start doing immediately today, no matter what level you are. Everybody can go outside right now and do a walk. Just a walk makes a difference. Start with 1 minute a day if you need to, increase to 5, increase to 10. You can start running outside. You can start doing active exercises outside. You can start riding a bike. You can do paddle boarding. You can ride a scooter. You can start an activity or a sport. Some type of physical exercise outside is essential, and you can start doing this today. Another thing you can incorporate today is some level of short duration, high intensity exercise. Many people say they don't have the time to work out. Well, here's an opportunity where you can work out in a short period of time and get a high return. The cool thing about this type of exercise is it incorporates strength, it incorporates power, and it incorporates speed all at once. You may have heard us talk about this in the office in the form of max T3. Now, you may have also heard this as HIIT exercise, high intensity interval training, or metabolic conditioning. This is very common in things like boot camp, workout classes at the gym, CrossFit type training, and it really helps optimize your hormones. It improves fat burning and boosts muscle building because it releases growth hormone. Basically, the idea is we go far above your physiological normal to where your body has to respond and has to improve. It's only when things are challenged do they grow and improve. It's the same thing with your muscles and same thing with your fitness. Again, this is different for everybody, and every fitness level can incorporate this as part of what we do. Here's the reason why it's so effective. If you want to look at the science. Let's say you're going for a walk. This is healthy for you. Say you went for an hour walk, right? You're going to get benefits of cardio for that hour. Let's say you're going for a run, or you're playing a game of tennis, or whatever that may be. You're lifting weights at the gym. If you're just doing it at a slow and steady rate, you're going to get benefits for that time. The cool part about metabolic conditioning, when you're doing a high intensity, when you're breathing hard, when you're sweating, when you're working hard, what we find is you only have to do it for a short period of time, as little as 2 to 3 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes, or a little bit longer, but you actually get the physiological effects of exercise for much longer, up to 36 hours. So you can actually exercise like this 3 days a week and actually be burning fat, building muscle, and creating health effects for the entire week. Pretty cool, right? This is the most common type of exercise that I do. And this is done with Max T3. You can do this right now at home with no equipment. You can do it with minimal equipment if you want to get things like some dumbbells, some exercise bands, pull-up bar, stuff like that. You can get everything you need for less than $100. And if you go to maxt3.com, you can get lifetime access for just $10. Now, if you got the Align book, there's also a bookmark in there that gives you lifetime access. So I definitely recommend you check that out. I do this all the time on a regular basis. And for all of you who your gym closed down or you're not able to do your fitness routine, this is a great place to go. That's very low barrier to entry. You don't have to sign up for anything. You can do it right at home in very little space, enough space to do a push-up. And it's amazing. You can start from beginner, as you can see all the way to the right, and even the most advanced. They have Olympic athletes doing this. We have high-level professional athletes doing this. It's amazing. You can start doing this today. We also have a guest here, Sam Lane, who's a local CrossFit gym owner. I'm going to have her come on for a few minutes, talk about the benefits of CrossFit and how that could potentially help you. So I'm going to go right back in here. Let me just go ahead and get her on here. I'm going to go back one slide here. She's from TGP CrossFit right here in Roseville.
Hey Tim, how are ya? Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
Hey Sam, are you able to get on here?
Yep. Can you hear me now? I'm on. Let's see. Let's go. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. Monique can hear me. Okay, okay, good. Elizabeth can hear me. Good. Okay, so hello everybody. Thank you, Tim, for having me on here. Yes, as he mentioned, I am the owner of TGP CrossFit, and it's CrossFit honestly is probably the one thing that changed my life in terms of constantly varied type workouts. So we do strength training, we do metabolic conditioning, as Tim mentioned, and we do Olympic lifting, which I believe I mentioned. And then we do gymnastic type workouts as well. So a lot of the days that we have our CrossFit programmed, it has strength and metabolic conditioning in the program itself. So it's basically a workout you can come in and do at your fitness level We have coaches that can help you modify whatever it is movement we are doing. And if you are unfamiliar with the movement, we spend time helping you to make sure that you are familiar with it. We have athletes as old as, I want to say 75 years old and as young as 15 years old. So definitely at every level, we attempt to meet everybody where they're at, every fitness level. Our gym is super open in terms of supporting each other. The community itself, which is very unique in CrossFit because we all look to support each other and lift each other up. So CrossFit is constantly varied. What the workouts are meant to be are workouts that can transition into everyday functional living. So doing a barbell deadlift would be similar to picking up groceries off the ground. Squatting is similar to getting up and down off of your couch. And the step ups and the box jumps that we do are similar to climbing stairs. So a lot of what we do transitions into everyday life, therefore giving you the ability to better function through everyday life. And the benefits are amazing. The endorphins that you get to run through your body, it helps with, Tim covered a lot, but depression and anxiety. It really is an overall type lifestyle of workout. So everyone is welcome though. If you'd like to come out, you can check it out you get a week for free to check it out. And if you ever want to reach out and just ask questions, I'm available for that too. I hope Tim was able to hear me on this. But I think that might be all. Just let me know if you'd like me to cover anything else. Okay, now I need to re-add Tim. Of course, I'm not really that techie. Oh no, let's see. Make host. Okay, I think I did it, Tim. I think you're on.
All right, we're back. Thank you, Sam. That was awesome. If anybody does have any questions, we'll go ahead and share her information with the follow-up there on how that's going. This is just one of many resources that is available in our community, and that's what we're all about, is helping you get resources to keep you at your best and get the most out of your care. So the next thing we want to look at when it comes to minimizing toxins as a benefit to exercising is that when you sweat, you're actually releasing toxins through your skin. And many people don't know this, but the skin is actually the largest organ in your body and one of the best ways to get toxins out. So we have different ways of expelling toxins. You can do this through your urinary system. You can do this through your bowel system. Those are the easiest and best ways. You can also do it through your skin. Now you want to do it through the skin in a healthy way, which is sweating. An unhealthy way of detoxing or knowing you have some kind of major toxic burden is if you have skin problems, psoriasis, eczema, skin issues, rashes, things that come up, typically is linked back to a toxicity issue. Another big problem is if you exercise and you don't sweat. This means that your detox pathways are actually blocked and your cells aren't able to release those toxins, which is really, really bad. So using things like the sauna really helps with this. I use the infrared sauna on a regular basis. Exercising outside helps with sweating. Obviously, you want to be safe and don't overheat yourself. Drinking lots of water actually helps you sweat more because it hydrates your body, and your body knows, okay, we can release this excess hydration in the form of sweat. Sweat also helps cool you down. It's your body's intelligence factor to keep things cool inside your body when you're exercising and moving. So it's good to sweat. Sweating helps remove toxins along with other healthy ways. But again, this isn't a detox seminar. We're talking about movement and fitness here today. But just know this is another added benefit of exercising, including mental health, including physical health, including neurological health, is that you're actually detoxing your body when you're sweating on a regular basis. Pretty cool. So where do we go next? What are the action steps you want to take from today? We want to make this really easy for you, and the way to get the most out of today is actually to take action immediately. So number one is make sure you're taking care of your spine and your nervous system. The best exercise routine does nothing if you're injured and you're on the shelf. Take care of your body first. Make sure your self-care is on point and that your body's able to effectively adapt to the physical stress that you put on it. What are the warning signs of an issue with your spine? Well, obviously pain. Things like neck pain, back pain, numbness and tingling, disc issues, headaches. These are the physical signs that, hey, you have a problem going on with your spine, and adding more force to it in the form of exercise can actually be dangerous and cause worse issues. Now, you may not always feel pain because only 10% of your nervous system actually feels what's going on, and pain and symptoms are one of the last things that happens. So it's best to get checked prior to pain and injury. So if you're looking at starting an exercise routine, or you want to challenge yourself physically, or just to make sure everything's working well, it's important to get a physical, structural, neurological exam by a qualified corrective care chiropractor before you start doing these things. Now, you may also be experiencing other health issues as a sign that there's a problem with your spine and nervous system. This could be high blood pressure. It could be depression, insomnia. It could be breathing problems, digestive issues, fatigue. It could be dizziness. It could be hormone imbalance. All kinds of issues could come up because the brain and the nervous system, well, that affects everything. Every major cell, tissue, and organ is connected to your brain and your nervous system. So let's pay attention to all of those areas, right? And your body's telling you, hey, there's a problem that's going on. Let's make sure that we're addressing these things. So if you're a current chiropractic patient, make sure that you're more consistent with your adjustments, more consistent with your home care, and you're paying attention to all these things. If you have questions about chiropractic, or you have a friend or a family member or someone who you think could benefit from chiropractic, what we've done is I've actually scheduled Monday through Friday specific times throughout the day where I'm doing free 15-minute phone consultations to help answer questions that people have. This could be any type of a health question. This could be a question about chiropractic, if that may be a good fit for people. This could be a question about what they're currently doing, practitioners they're seeing, right? Any advice for natural health, it's all welcome. We're doing this for free right now because I find there's a lot of people struggling with their health, looking for a solution. They're not getting it from their doctor. It's harder and harder to go see a doctor right now. You certainly don't want to end up in the doctor's office or the ER right now. You don't want to be taking more medications. Why don't we just address the cause? Let's find a natural drug-free solution to help your body heal itself. The link is right here. It's on Calendly. All you have to do is click that link, pick the time that works available for you, and we'll get that scheduled. I'm happy to help. Feel free to copy down this link, share it with friends and family, right? Those people that normally we'd invite to a dinner or we'd invited to this workshop in our office as a guest. You know, it's unfortunate they aren't able to do that right now, but we can still help them. We can still reach out. We can still give them a solution. So for those of you who are on this today, who don't have a chiropractor, who aren't currently under care, or it's time for you to get back under regular care, use this link. For friends, family, loved ones, people that work, neighbors, people from church that you've been working on or you know are struggling that want to get healthier, I'm happy to talk to them. Use the link. Feel free to share it. Write it down. That way we can start helping these people get well and stay well on a regular basis. I'm going to go ahead and post this in the comments section as well as soon as we're done here today. Now also, typically at our workshops, we offer discounts for our products and resources in the office. Obviously, you guys aren't here today, but for those of you who are on, I want to give you the benefit of taking advantage of those discounts. So for everybody that joined us here today, what I'm going to do for you is you're going to get 15% off any products that you get here in the office next time you come in. All you have to do is use the secret code word. Are you ready? Write this down. Movement. So when you come into the office for your next adjustment and you pick up your supplements, you pick up your protein, you pick up your Pure Omega, your essential fatty acids, you get your Max Fit, you get your vitamin D, you get your women's multivitamin, whatever that is. There is no limit for products and resources, and you use the code word movement, our team will know that you get a 15% off. Now, this is a one-time discount. You can't use it a bunch of times, and it expires at the end of the month. But I wanted to give you guys an added bonus for being on here today to reward participation. So next time you come in, use that movement code word, and you'll get a 15% discount off the products and service and resources here in the office. We also want to start a movement challenge. So for the next 30 days, what we want to challenge each and every one of you on here to do is do some type of movement, whether that's a walk, that's exercise, that's an activity, something to move your body every single day. That could even be your home care. I did my wobble and traction today. That counts as movement. But now is the time to create that healthy routine. And you want to go through and do the stuff that we talked about as part of Atomic Habits. Again, that's the resource we were talking about that really makes a huge difference.
This is Audible.
And to make this really easy, let's go through what that looks like. If you want to create a healthy habit, such as exercise and movement, you want to make it obvious. Put your walking shoes right out at your bed. Put your wobble disc on your work chair so you literally have to move it to be able to sit down. Put your cervical traction or head rate right where you brush your teeth or get ready in the morning. Make it attractive. Set up little rewards. Every day you exercise, you give yourself a little reward. That's awesome. Make it fun. What is the benefit of moving today? And when you create healthy things, maybe you really like to pet your dog. So right after you come back in for a walk, go ahead and pet your dog. Maybe you have a show that you like, or a specific food that you enjoy, or a little reward for yourself. Or maybe you want to go on a trip. Every day that you exercise for 30 days, make a check mark. And at the end of that 30 days, you take yourself on a trip. Because now you have something to work towards. You want to make it easy, right? Don't make working out and exercising hard. Don't make movement difficult. Make it easy. Use the least effort possible. And then make it satisfying, right? It should be satisfying. Sometimes when you exercise, you're a little bit sore. That may not be satisfying. But if you have a goal of, I want to lose 10 pounds, and once you get there and you celebrate and you focus on that, and that's your intent, now we're getting satisfaction here. For those of you that want to join us online on Facebook, join our Family Health Solutions Facebook page, and we can talk back and forth. And that's the last thing. Get connected. Right now, I'm finding that people are not connected, right? All their resources got shut down. People are discouraged from meeting in groups. Churches aren't meeting. It's really sad. We're humans. We desire human contact. When you contact with people, you get oxytocin, which is a great happy hormone of your brain. You get dopamine. When you do activities and you're important and you see significance, you get serotonin. So it makes sense why right now anxiety and depression, suicide, emotional issues are higher now than ever because of the quarantine, because of the lack of contact. And we want to help you guys get connected. So every week we print a health newsletter. Pick it up on Monday. We have podcasts that we share on iTunes. There's over 100 currently on there. You can go right now on iTunes and look for our podcast, Family Health Solutions, and download it and subscribe for free. Make sure you're on our email list. If you're not, go to our website, maxlivingrockland.com, and it'll say join our newsletter. It's right there on the very front page. You can't miss it. Also, get on our YouTube page. For those of you that like to watch videos, you can find us on YouTube at New Life Chiro Rockland. We have over 100 videos that I've done on all health topics, including fitness, mobility, core strengthening, how to recover from injuries, all kinds of stuff. Amazing content that's right there for you, ready to use right now. And then also go ahead and join us on Facebook at Family Health Solutions. This is our private Facebook page for patients only, where we can load resources, talk back and forth. support each other through the 30-day movement challenge, and our New Life Chiropractic Business Facebook page, where we're putting content up daily for natural health and healing. I'm so glad that all of you are here to join us. Look at us finishing right on time, started on time, finished on time. I hope that every one of you can take 1 to 3 things out of here today that you can start applying immediately. Change your identity to a healthy, fit, active person that moves on a consistent basis, and start living the 5 essentials, and let us know what we can do to help guide you through that process so you can be the hero of your own health journey. I love you guys. Thanks for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have an awesome day.